Yeah, how many strikes on China did Trump do?
Stop our country from spilling more blood on a foreign battlefield.
America isn't.
Well, first, I think we need to look at what's going on with the military right now. And I think the military...
Okay, let's just think about this. We don't want our people to bleed elsewhere. So we want our military inside the country. What are they doing inside the country? Our military is pretty big. What do we need them doing inside our country where their blood's not getting spilled elsewhere? Is it okay if we spill their blood here, just not in foreign countries? You tell me, because obviously you've spilt a lot of blood having no legs at all.
This is the U.S. intelligence agency, Mind Control.
Good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you.
No way, dude. Bro, we're not making
all
progress
the audio
at all.
You muted it.
I did it with a reaction because I was like, that was how you're going to intro? Good morning. His eyes are half closed. Like, bro, come
The
on.
sunlight's in his eyes.
Bro, this was natural Desantis right here. You know, he's just like, yep, okay. Just literally an ultimate yes man because he only knows how to say, like, good morning. Yes, I'm good. He is such an establishment shill. It's crazy.
I wonder if he's going to say he went to Yale.
Worthy of the American people. But then Chip Roy, congressman, bone-rib conservative, he supports you. He said pretty bluntly, plus $4 trillion, no. So there's a fracture in the Republican Party. Where do you stand, Governor?
Well, prior to this deal, Kaylee, our country was careening towards bankruptcy. And after this deal, our country will still be careening towards bankruptcy. And to say you can do $4 trillion of increases in the next year and a half, I mean, that's 2020 with some of the COVID spending. It totally reset the budget, and they're sticking with that. And I think that that's just going to be totally inadequate.
Does he want the country to collapse?
He just said reset the budget.
Yeah, that's
they literally constantly have to make a budget, dude. He's like, the country is in trouble because of normal bureaucracy that we have to do was totally done. That's why we're going to fall apart if you don't vote for me.
To get us in a better spot. Look, in Florida,
I'll make sure no bureaucracy happens. That will save us. Like, what are you doing? People are so fucking stupid. I can't fucking believe this shit, dude. I haven't even gotten a minute in, and I'm already losing my fucking mind on this guy.
Run big budget surpluses. We have a $1.2 trillion economy, but our debt is only $17 billion, second lowest per capita in the country. But we make tough choices, and we make sure that we look forward to the long haul.
I'll trade Cuba for Florida. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can swap out the commies, you know, just like rotate them out. We'll take the commies into Florida to grow the oranges, and they'll become the new Cuba.
Paul, obviously in Washington, D.C., they do these cycles to just get them through the next election, and that's ultimately...
I'm going to kill myself, dude. I can't say that. I now have to blurt that out. I'll go back and cut that out because we can't say this. I can't hit play. Every word out of his mouth is breaking me right now. Oh, whoa, we're supposed to have things signed infinitely, all right? The empire, the rule of law always stands firm. No reform ever. We'll sign it once and then that's final. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, literally, have you read the fucking Constitution? Do you understand how, like, the systems are supposed to work?
But he hasn't read the Constitution. He constantly breaches
Yes, he has. He's a lawyer.
They continue to fail.
Why is right now the time for Ron DeSantis to run for president?
Well, because the establishment is in trouble, and they know that I'll do whatever they say.
Buy my book.
Everyone knows if I'm the nominee, I will beat Biden, and I will serve 2 terms, and I will be able to destroy leftism in this country.
Cringe. Define leftism, please. What he means is trans people.
Shit almost came out of my nose. Destroy leftism? Bro, do not use language like destroy if you're in politics. Never say destroy. Don't talk about things like you're excising the malignant tumor, all right? You need to avoid that type of rhetoric. And if you don't know why it's bad, maybe you should watch Starship Troopers until it becomes clear to you. You know, start at square one, figure out Starship Troopers.
I'm pretty sure you could probably study the Rwanda genocide. You figure out why.
Yeah, I tend to do that one as like a textbook on explaining genocide.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that people don't care. They don't want to be told things. They just
No.
want to be correct.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about confirming biases. And
Yeah,
being
it's all about
vindicated.
it's all about validating your feelings. But they also create the feelings of persecution by putting targets on their backs and targeting their kids.
And leave woke ideology on the
See,
dust.
you said, what is leftism? He says it's an elite woke ideology. What did he say the other day? The Zuck Bucks.
in this country and leave woke ideology on the dustbin of history. At the end of the day, I've shown in Florida an ability to win huge swaths of voters that Republicans typically can't win, while also delivering the boldest agenda anywhere in the country. And I think there's a reason why the legacy media is attacking me more than they're attacking anybody
Well, the
else,
corporate
because
press,
I think
please.
they realize
What legacy media is the word that they use when they're on Fox News because they can't say corporate press, so they try to say
Because-
legacy media because like that's supposed to mean what? Walter Cronkite, he's coming after me. What does that mean?
Fox News is the legacy fucking media.
No,
you
like
clown.
when they say legacy media, they're trying to say CNN and MSNBC.
Of course they
and
are.
stuff.
Of course
It's
they
like,
are. But Fox News is the legacy media too.
bro, it's literally the biggest.
Murdoch.
It's literally the biggest, but they're the ones who are censored and silenced and deplatformed.
Insane.
With the biggest platform.
that if I'm successful in winning the Republican nomination, we're going to bring it home in the general election. And I've pledged to Republican voters, if you nominate me, I will be taking the oath of office on January 20th, 2025 on the west side of the Capitol. No excuses. No more excuses about why we can't get it done. We need to get it done, and I will get it done.
You're headed to Iowa. Iowa, as we know, a crucial state when it comes to winning a nomination. Governor, can you win Iowa?
We're going to compete everywhere. Of course we can, but we're competing everywhere. Iowa is very important. We've got an incredible amount of support. I got endorsed by 37 legislators there before I even announced my candidacy.
Okay.
Redound to my benefit in a place like Iowa. I mean, for example, he's taken the side of Disney in our fight down here in Florida. I'm standing for parents. I'm standing for children. And I think a multi-billion-dollar company that sexualizes children is not consistent with the value.
Can we just address the fact that anytime someone says the children, they're not talking about kids.
He literally is talking about sexualizing children.
Yeah. But whenever they talk about the kids or they say protect kids or anything like that, they're not talking about kids. They're talking about their own feelings.
If we expand on like the popular conspiracy theories, first of all, QAnon at the end of it, it's a pedophile satanic cult, right? And it has something to do with raping kids, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when he's talking about sexualizing children, this is literally dog whistles to QAnon, a cult. The fact that we have to have this kind of rhetoric already, like you're day 2 and you're already talking about destruction. You're saying leftism, woke elites, or destruction, woke elites. Clearly, that's already going towards the fucking Jew cabal stuff. Back to back dog whistles. People just can't even like sort this shit out because it's constantly just crammed down their throat on Facebook by all their fucking friends, their relatives. Like it is literally a cultural effect from the ground up. The loudest people and the most fucked up people in the culture are now affecting it because of a populist structure. That
But it's literally him being influenced by idiots like libs of TikTok. Well, wasn't that Don't Say Gay bill directly inspired by libs of TikTok?
Yeah, but it was also inspired by the fucking cultural outrage.
Governor, I think a lot of moms would agree with you on that. Certainly when you talk about our kindergartners, I've seen some of the pages of those Florida books and what they depict.
These books they talk about it seems like they're as deadly as rainbow fentanyl to me. Somehow your kids are just going to stumble across it and read it and now they're gay,
Yeah.
Like, what do you think is going to happen? Parent doesn't like that the kid can get access to an education.
As I
and
said,
that they
it's
have
about
reading
the parents,
materials.
not the kids.
Yes, exactly. I just realized this guy has no legs.
Jesus Christ.
She's hiding her shoes, like they're hiding behind a table, but they needed to put this guy to show that it's like, yeah, we got the guy with no legs.
Like, dude, the table is off center. That's actually shitting me now.
Bro, they literally are putting his legs in the frame to remind you of how much he loved his country. He gave his legs for the country.
Fucking hell.
Bro, this calls for something.
It's not even scented.
But I want to talk to you for a moment. You're in Jacksonville, right now. I was born there. I believe you were born there too. I want to talk to you about Memorial Day, what it means to you, but particularly yesterday, you were at a meeting with 9/11 family members, 9/11, a reason that inspired you to serve yourself. And an attendee of that meeting called it a very moving meeting, and a lot of tears were shed. What did those families share with you in that meeting?
Well, I think a lot of it is just they've had a lot of frustrations about getting justice based on the 9/11 attacks. They're
If you actually make this a platform, you could actually do something instead of like virtue signal 9/11, which is what he's doing. He's not going to fucking help. He's not going to fucking help the people of 9/11 who never got justice because they were stuck down in bureaucracy of government cover-ups.
Doing Saudi Arabia. They're trying to get more documents. They've been made promises in the past about getting help. And then basically some of our elected leaders have reneged on those promises.
These documents that expose the actual truth about 9/11. Not that it was an inside job. If you think that, you're retarded. Turn off the internet now. Like, don't even watch us if you think that. I'm not even going to bother with you fucking peons.
So, I think that they've been punched in the gut a number of times.
Yes, they have.
By Republicans.
Now be 2 decades later and still trying to get full
Bro,
justice. So,
Jon Stewart is the only guy who's actually gotten the firefighters of like 9/11 healthcare or something. Like, he's the only guy I've seen out there doing anything about 9/11, honestly. Trump is literally a New Yorker. And you're trying to out 9/11 him? Come on, it's not going to work, dude.
That's not a good strategy.
Actually do something, and I might actually respect you a little.
Release the full report.
Unredacted. Not only just release the full report, actually like bring it to people's attention.
Yeah, because I doubt many people know about it.
Have a conversation with people, and don't fucking turn it into a fucking campaign stunt.
Roast the CIA.
Have a conversation with people about how it happened, why your government functions like this, and just fucking explain it to people. And then it will be spun because they will force people not to understand in plain English what happened. One day we'll have people like Dianne Feinstein when she actually had a brain.
But you also have to remember, he advised the CIA on how to torture people properly.
Yeah.
So why would he do that?
Bro, your name is in those documents, I bet. You're probably in them documents.
9/11, I was down in Florida. I mean, I'm a Florida guy. I didn't have any connection in New York City, but it inspired me to join the Navy, almost 20 years ago. And so it had a profound effect on our country.
9/11 inspired you to the degree that you basically saw like inhumane force feeding and said, yep, that's cool. We should do that. That's what 9/11 did to you. 9/11 didn't so much revitalize patriotism as it did nationalism. And that is why Osama bin Laden won at the end of the day. Because this is what our country is like now. Thanks, Osama.
The raw emotions from people that were directly impacted was very, very powerful, and it moved my wife and I very much.
On this Memorial Day, Governor, what is your message?
Listen, I am the most al-qeada one here.
Bro, you can't be saying that as your message on Memorial Day, DeSantis. What the fuck?
Well, at the end of the day, we have a great country built on great values. We have a great Constitution, a great Declaration of Independence, but those don't run on autopilot. If you don't have people throughout history willing to put on the uniform.
6 minutes now. 6 minutes in. And let me just say, he has already done the thing where he contradicted himself. In the beginning, what was he complaining about? That shit was happening. Now he's being like, well, you need me in there because I'll actually make that shit happen.
Yeah.
Bro, it's been 6 minutes and they already expect people to not realize what he said at the beginning. Like, why can't we just be real?
Risk their lives and indeed give the last full measure of devotion.
To think for themselves.
None of that's going to amount.
Too much shit would happen. That's the issue. Too much shit would happen.
Too much change.
Yeah, too much shit would happen.
To very much. And so today is a day to reflect on those that made the ultimate sacrifice, because if you don't have people that are really going to do that, then you really can't have a free society.
Governor, you mentioned sacrifice, and while today I think about that Bible verse about those who lay down their life making the ultimate sacrifice, I also think about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who did just the same.
See, this is what I'm talking about. She's so good. She has a little cross on all the time. She's so good at doing this.
Yeah.
I was reading about Casey when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and you said that you turned to prayer. I'm wondering if you could share with us a time when you turned to God,
my
and
God.
how in particular that relationship will inform how you would govern as president.
Well, when she was diagnosed, it was something that hits the family like a ton of bricks. I mean, at the time, we had a 5, a 3, and a 1-year.
Bro, Biden is literally Catholic and attends church regularly.
Yeah.
When was the last time a president actually attended church regularly? He is a good Irish boy with Irish values, right? And his religion doesn't impact how he does his job at all. You know, and Kennedy said the same thing when he ran.
That's why they murked him.
That's outside my pay grade. I only know about 9/11.
Anytime I hear someone mention the Bible or God or religion or anything like that, I'm instantly tuned out. Do you think she's trying to emulate Jackie Kennedy?
I felt that way when I saw her.
But throughout the country, it
The
made
gloves
a
are
huge
weird
difference.
to me.
And I saw her spirit
the gloves are
be
strange.
lifted up in ways that probably a lot of people didn't think were possible. So if anyone tells you to doubt the power of prayer, well, I'm an example here with me and my wife, where the power of prayer made a big difference.
Why aren't you showing you in church? If this
Hold on.
from
Hold
power of
wait.
prayer?
Okay, so if the power of prayer saved you, how much money did you spend on cancer treatments?
To a degree, prayer does help heal people, but it's a psychological effect.
Of course, but that's not what I'm saying.
I know. I just wanted to.
breast cancer with
I know what you were
prayer.
saying. Everyone knows what you're saying. God can't heal amputees. All right. I'm just saying. It's like if praying helps you cope with your relatives and it helps them cope with cancer, you should pray with your relatives who have cancer. Even if you're atheist, if it makes your grandma who has cancer feel better, you should pray with your grandma to make her feel better.
Governor, it is Memorial Day.
Fuck
I
off.
served in the Marine Corps. You're a veteran yourself. Going into this
Oh,
election,
the Marine. No way. I would have never guessed you were in the Marine Corps. Thank you for telling me.
potentially becoming president. We have a war in Ukraine. We're financing.
Here we go.
On.
China trying to attack us from the back door, it seems, to the Pacific.
Yeah, good thing Joe Biden is stopping what Trump couldn't do. You know,
those
great
F-22s.
China policy.
F-22s taking that balloon. Excellent.
Yeah, how many strikes on China did Trump do?
Stop our country from spilling more blood on a foreign battlefield.
America isn't.
Well, first, I think we need to look at what's going on with the military right now. And I think the military...
Okay, let's just think about this. We don't want our people to bleed elsewhere. So we want our military inside the country. What are they doing inside the country? Our military is pretty big. What do we need them doing inside our country where their blood's not getting spilled elsewhere? Is it okay if we spill their blood here, just not in foreign countries? You tell me, because obviously you've spilt a lot of blood having no legs at all.
That I see is different from the military I served in. I see a lot of emphasis now on political ideologies, things like gender pronouns. I see a lot about things like DEI. And I think that that's caused recruiting to plummet.
It's fucking Memorial Day, dude.
Oh my God.
Look at, you can see even in the Marines' eyes, he's dead. He's dishonoring people friends that he held up who died with him. You know, probably people who died in the IED that he stepped on. And he probably killed his whole team.
DEI. And I think that that's caused recruiting to plummet. I think it's driven off a lot of warriors, and I think morale is low. And I think we really need to rejuvenate the morale in the military. So we will do that on day one, and you will see very big changes in the service.
So basically, to rejuvenate morale in the military, you go after the gays in the military. Cool. Good plan.
We're going to launch a witch hunt in our military to rebuild morale on day one.
That's pretty much what it sounds like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Deuce.
Come on, bro. The worst opening and close. I don't know how much more I can take.
He's a nightmare.
This fucking guy. I barely got through that. That took us so long.
It's because you kept pausing every 5 seconds.
He was so